So, dear people, what I'm discussing all the time is the mind. But it's obviously the Buddhist approach to the mind, which is really in many ways fundamentally different. So Buddha doesn't argue with the neuroscientists to talk about the brain, but his expertise is not the brain. You could say the expertise of the Buddhist approach, and that's coming from this person called Buddha and anybody else who has, practiced that methodology. What we're talking about when we say mind is this subjective cognitive process itself. So normally speaking, we don't become very familiar with that. We can study the brain in great detail. We can discuss the things in the world that cause us to be angry and depressed and jealous. We can be very articulate about the wrong things the boyfriend does, or the bad things that our mother does, or the good things that our sister does. All that's great, but that's external. So the really thing that's the unique in the Buddhist approach, it's totally internal. It's totally focused. The job we need to do is to totally focus on what is going on in the mind itself, which means our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions. That's the essence of it. And of course, it's the hardest job we'll ever do because we are addicted to the outside world. That's what we see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. And we assume that what goes on in our mind is merely responding to that. But we have to reverse that process. We have to become the boss. That's the point.